Jazz hands.
Brush my beard.
Welcome to die. So, I don't think there's any need to reintroduce characters every session, but if you guys would like to.
I think it might be a good idea to recap since it's been like 2 weeks since we've last played.
Recap is definitely a good idea.
Alright. So, does anybody have a particular preference on who wants to recap? Or
you see Meager.
Philip, you might need to unmute yourself.
You see Meager.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, okay. Yeah, you're good, man. Alright, so, for those of you just turning in, we are in a mystical world where the sun and all of the stars have gone out. There is one artificial star in the sky held together by a group of clerics. We are a ragtag group of murder hobos that have been, for various reasons known to only ourselves, come to this little shit village in search of answers to questions that we need. On the way, we were attacked by a bear. We took care of the bear. Then we came across some shadowy creature. We went to kick its ass. Unfortunately, it escaped, but we did manage to take the compensation of a couple of zombies. We went through the village, and my character may have done something that gave the wrong impression to the townspeople because he's young and dumb like that. On the way, we found out quite a bit of what's going on. Typically that this shadowy creature is something everybody's trying to avoid talking about. Like they're trying to deny its existence, that it'll somehow make everything better. But we wouldn't be murder hobos if we listened to these warnings, so off to the woods we go. In the woods, we come across some kind of shadowy, tainted, woolly-looking things that we utterly pwned, though Philip's character did take some damage, and we dragged him back to the hotel and patched him as good as new. We then went back out into the woods to continue with going on. Didn't find anything to kill this time, but however, we did find a church of something. It was the god of death in this particular game. We kind of ended it there with, after Gerbo, David's character, and myself looking inside of the thing and seeing a massive spider. We then decided, oh hell no, and closed the door. Then orc warband kind of, yeah, orc warband show up, and we somehow managed to trick them into going into the church with the giant spider. And we're just going to mop up the leftovers if they decide to fight each other. And that's where we've ended off.
Pretty good. You forgot to mention, though, that Uxio didn't get laid.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's the entire reason we first went into the woods.
Yeah.
I am Uxio Orion, the Drow fighter, first level. My name's Philip Posey, and I have the YouTube channel Maps and Dragons.
Alright, I'm Mitchell Grubbs. I'm playing Galen. Wait, not Galen. I'm playing...
Galen!
Great Fullbuster. Yeah. Great Fullbuster. Human Warlock. Human Special Variant, so I got that feat at first level, baby. Yeah. I am contracted through some type of shadowy essence. And I'm really young, like 17. So I have that whole complications with authority figures who are older than me. And I've got, like, no respect for my elders and stuff all like that.
David, you want to do the thing as well?
I play the gnome illusionist Gerbo Gwarsh, nicknamed the Mind Tickler. It's a self-appointed nickname. Nobody knows who he is, and it makes me sad. He's got a big, full beard. Seems like he has a full tan all the time, because gnomes. He travels with this group because he is most interested in the giant sun, and it's figuring out another way to power the thing, other than the way they use. I don't know if you want me to explain that.
No, that's reasonable already.
the soul of a human child.
So, between the sessions, I realized who your impersonation—well, not impersonation, but who your sort of voice for a character reminds me of. It's Millhouse Manastorm.
Oh yeah, I love Millhouse Manastorm. Ooh, let's turn up the heat.
So now that that's through. Well, I'm Solar, and I'm the GM. I'm playing the GM. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, we left
Best
off.
way to describe it is that there's one
He's
God
the
in
great
this
God
world,
in
and
the
it's
sky, and you turned off the sun by clapping twice.
By clapping twice. Yeah, that's how it happened. So we left off as the orcs were following your illusions into the church, I believe. Well, would you like to add anything to that, or should the orcs just arrive to the illusions?
we're eagerly anticipating the outcome of what happens when the orcs are introduced to the giant spiders. This is kind of like a chemical equation that we're trying to figure out what happens to.
Yeah, I think they've been led in there by some apparitions, and I've cast a cantrip of
Mm-hmm.
there's like lights, dancing lights that Drow can cast, and I've cast them inside the church to look like party members searching around the inside of it. So the orcs have been going in to investigate while I've been hiding.
Yeah, they can definitely see a light in the crack. Like the door is slightly opened, and it looks like the illusions kind of went in. Not very elegantly, but it looks like the door is slightly open, and the light is seen through the crack. As the orcs slowly walk down the path towards the church and like drawing out all their weapons, you notice that the biggest one doesn't actually have any weapons. A couple of them stand in front of the door and push the door aside, and you hear it smash into the side walls, like echoing through the silence, because it's basically completely like dead silence normally. And you see that, well, those of you who can still see the ceiling, you see that the spider who was on the ceiling is no longer there. Presumably, when the lights when the lights appeared inside, the spider knew something was up. And something that I forgot to mention as well, you noticed that that particular spider was very dark. Just basic spider. But why that is important is because now you see, as the orcs are walking up to the church and opening the door, you see another spider materialize behind them, a dark blue spider that is smaller than the other one, but still very large. And you see the spider materialize mid-air, jumping on the orcs, and now the orcs are going to make. The three of them that actually saw it are going to make dexterity checks.
Well, that's
Okay.
right, I need to pull up my phone.
Four of the orcs are basically carried as the spider jumps inside. They're carried all of them through the door, and they are knocked prone into the webs. And that was that spider's initiative. Now, if everyone else would like to roll, that was basically the surprise.
All right.
You guys weren't doing much.
Let's roll
We're
it
not
up.
engaged. We're just watching.
Oh, you guys are entering into combat?
You still have
Oh,
to
the
roll
whole point.
because there's combat going on nearby.
All right. I got a 17.
Okay.
All right, let
Load
me
mine.
take a look at my character sheet.
I got a 17 as well.
What's your dexterity?
4.
Your dexterity. Is that your modifier or is that your dexterity?
That's my modifier.
That's your mod. So you have an 18.
Yeah.
So do I. Okay.
Gnomes get it.
Guess what I got?
Is
Come
it a
on,
20?
guess.
A 1.
No, I got a 5.
How's that
I
hard
rolled
against
a 2. I rolled a 2. We got a 5 total.
All right, so the orcs that weren't knocked inside are the biggest one and the smallest one, from which you can see that the biggest one is preparing himself. He's posing in a boxing stance, and the other one has a crossbow drawn.
Drawn.
Okay, thank you. He's pretty small for an orc. You'd almost think he was like a hobgoblin or a goblin even, if you didn't see his features compared to all the other orcs. But yeah, and let's see. I already rolled the initiative for all of them because I didn't want to waste the time prior to the game. So the biggest one has the initiative 9, and the smallest one has the initiative 20. Okay. That one is going to take a few steps back, surprised, and then he is going to bless you.
That's my brother in the background. I don't know.
Oh. Well, he's not going to bless you. He is going to shoot the spider with the crossbow. Man, this is gonna. Where's the dice roller?
I can roll for you.
It's just
let me install Dice Stream and you can just click it off me.
cool. All right, thanks. Okay, so that's a terrible fucking attack. As he's walking backwards, he stumbles and the crossbow bolt shoots into the ceiling of the room. Next up is whichever of you two you decide to go first.
Garbo, why don't you go first?
I suppose I will. What exactly is going on around me?
There are 4 orcs under a spider immediately inside of the church. They are on the ground in the webs, because there's webs like everywhere in the church, like all around the walls and the floors and everything. There are 2 orcs standing outside. One of them is in a boxing stance, and the other one just missed with a crossbow.
Are the other orcs stuck? The ones in the web?
You can't really tell.
Well. Are any of my party inside the church?
We should not be.
Nope.
I'm gonna throw a fiery button at the web.
At the web?
Burning hand.
At the web.
Around the orcs?
Yep.
Alright,
Is that firebolt or burning hands, David?
Firebolt.
it's,
Let's do a little.
okay.
It's an attack roll.
Interesting.
In an attempt to set the web on fire.
Would
Do I-
anyone know how much damage fire per turn would do?
Usually it's a D6.
It's not really specified in 5e.
In 3.5 it was a D6.
Alright, let's see the attack roll.
Do I have to roll to hit the web, or?
If he's hidden, does he attack with advantage?
Yes, if
no,
he actually
because he's actually attacking the web, and there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. So he wouldn't. He's not attacking a person, and it should actually probably be harder to hit the web around all the orcs and the spider. But let's see first what the attack roll is.
Alright. Let's see. Let me look what my bonus was.
See, this is a bit not that great of an
I
idea,
got an 11.
unless you're trying to help the orcs.
Well, I'm trying to catch them inside the burning house.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's I get the reasoning, but it'll probably just help them get free.
Well, then I kill a giant spider.
Okay. So yeah, 11 should be enough. It's stationary, and in my calculations, there's some room around them that you can hit. It's not that difficult. So the web is set on fire, and let's just say.
I'll explain my spell.
Hmm?
Spell casting. Do some role play here.
Okay.
So, Gerbo takes his hands, holds them out like this, sort of spins them in a circle, as this button, like a shirt button, forms between his hands. And he grabs it. You've walked right into my trap. And he throws the disc-shaped button out into the web.
And as the button passes through the webs on the floor, it sets them on fire.
Excellent.
It leaves like a trail that spreads out.
Excellent.
So I'm going to say that it's a D4, just because it's a lot of there are a lot of webs, and it's probably not very like it's flammable, but it's not like I don't know, leather or something that would burn for a while. Like there's not, you know what I mean? Like it's web.
Right. I get you.
And now everyone has to roll saves. Okay, so the spider and 2 orcs take half damage. Now, if you would like to roll the damage for me.
I have to roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Half damage. So it's a D6.
It's a D4. And half damage is, well, half damage.
Oh, for the fire?
Yeah.
Alright. They take 2 damage then. After mitigation. I got max roll.
Cool.
My thing likes a number 4. I've rolled a D20 and got a 4, and a D4 and got a 4.
What's going on with those orcs? They're taking it up the butt.
That's right. Caltrops deep in their buns.
So that's and I apologize if this is taking a bit long. There's so much to calculate. Probably shouldn't have done it this way, but it really fits, and it's, well, spoilers.
Well, if you thought that was fiery, now it's just wait till my turn.
Let's just right. Next up is Uxio then. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Uxio looks up through the brush. Who is still outside of the church? Is it the orc with the small orc with the crossbow and the large orc that's unarmed?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. How far away are they?
They're staying right outside the door, so wherever you decided to hide, that's how far they are.
And their backs are towards me?
Well, I would assume you would be somewhere closer to the wall of the church, but like I said, depends on how their backs are turned to the outside. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was in the bushes. Did you have a map of the church that specified where we are before? I didn't see that.
No.
Okay. See, thought I was like in a bush by some trees outside. Okay, so Would it be possible for me to get within melee combat range for my movement to get to them and to
Yeah.
sneak? Okay, I would like to roll a stealth attack to get behind one and then to attack with a melee weapon.
Okay. Roll.
Okay. So that is going to be an 18 for stealth.
Okay. That's pretty fucking good. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. You are invisible to them.
Excellent. So I would like to come up behind the one and who's holding the crossbow, and I want to look right at the back of his knee, right at the tendons, and I'm going to cut his hamstring, and I want to incapacitate him for his movement, and that's what I'm targeting for.
Hang on, you want to cut the string on his crossbow?
No, his hamstring. It's the tendon that connects through his kneecaps at the back of his knee.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, now that you say it, cutting his crossbow string sounds pretty good. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
This is crazy. All right. So since their backs to me, I'm going to roll with advantage.
Yep. That's fine. Sounds reasonable.
All right. So that is a 22 versus the AC of the crossbow.
You missed.
Are you serious?
I'm just kidding. Make a damage roll.
Absolutely. $14.
Okay, you got the string, and the orc is surprised, trying to pull the trigger for another attack, but nothing is happening.
Since that's my surprise round, can I take another combat?
There's no surprise round right now.
The surprise round was for the spider, because you guys were hiding.
How do I get a surprise round then? I don't understand.
You have to be the very first in the combat round.
Oh, even if this is my very first combat.
Yeah, but it has to be like before anyone starts fighting, and it has to be like an actual surprise, because they know they're fighting right now.
Very good, excellent.
So basically, if you were another spider, you would get a surprise round.
So his crossbow is incapacitated now. The string's broken.
Yeah. That reminds me. What's the level adjustment on playing a spider? Because I'm thinking of spontaneously changing race.
Become a were-spider.
Spider lock.
Spider lock. Let's see. Next up is he played. Okay. Next up is another orc, but he is incapacitated during this round, and he's going to try and wiggle out of his predicament and fail. Then
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble.
the first spider actually missed his round. What was the Gerbo's initiative? Was like 5 or no? That was Graves.
17.
17.
Okay. Next up is another orc, also trapped, and he is also going to fail trying to wiggle out. And then I believe the only orc. Yeah, I think everyone played besides the boxing orc, right?
So far, yeah.
Yep. God damn it. Okay. So that orc figured out that there was someone trying to fuck with them from the outside when he noticed something moving next to him, and he saw you cutting the the smaller orc's string on the crossbow, and he tried to attack you, but he completely missed. But something that you notice as he is attacking, he raises his right arm, and as his right arm begins moving towards you in an attack, you notice that there is something bulging on the upper side of his fist, somewhere closer to his arm. You notice that it's on his gauntlet, and you see basically a small blast of fire, and you hear something that sounds like an exhaust pipe, like a broken exhaust pipe, and he basically completely overshoots you with that. It's so fast it almost knocks him out of balance, but he spins around and he makes another attack with his other arm, which makes the same effect and also misses.
So he's like flamethrower gauntlets?
Something like that, but it's more like the flame is going the other way, away from you.
Awesome. I love it. Nice flavor.
Reminds me of red, white, black, yellow.
Fucking fighting Iron Man orc.
I think two orcs forgot to make their. Okay, there we go. One of the orcs wiggles out of the webs, but he still takes fire damage because the webs are all around him, and he tries to push away the spider, and fails. So he is free, but he is still under the spider.
Okay,
next
cool.
Next round, Uxio and Gerbo play.
Garbo, go ahead.
Okay, so I've got two orcs that are still
I
fighting.
haven't gone yet.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you have the lowest initiative. I forgot. Sorry. You go.
Let me check something real quick. Is 1, 2, 7, 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay, that's all I really needed right now. Okay, so I'm going to realize that really, with how many people that we were fighting, the only way we're going to be doing this is if I dig deep into this power that's within me. So I'm going to run over next to Gerbo, and while I'm doing it, I'm kind of like shouting out while throwing my arms to the side, Mugetsu, which, again, for those of you just turning in, means moonless night. And each of my arms, instead of just my right arm, it's both of my arms, my right and my left arm, both catch with a spiraling black fire. And I can feel that thing in my head screaming at me to disintegrate everything in front of me. But I managed to kind of pull it back. Yeah, kind of. Disintegrate. It's a little bit different. And I'm going to run right next to Gerbo and throw both of my hands forward and activate Burning Hands.
What are we doing with me?
Roll damage. Are you attacking the guys inside or the guys outside?
The guys inside. I'm just going to basically use my Void Fire to catch this entire building on fire with my Burning Hands, which is 15 feet forward, 15 feet high, 15 feet across.
I'm the
At its
fire
widest point.
Nice.
Also,
Well,
there's no resistance against it. You do have the people inside making reflex save. The DC is 14. And if they do, they take half damage. But since I have... Oh, wait, that's just resistance. It would reflect half it. But I'm
Well,
going to roll damage now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. That is 10 damage total. And everything that isn't organic that was touched by the flames is now on fire. Void fire at that.
Okay.
I just kind of run next to Gerbo, and two swords, kind of a compressed ball of black fire preaches, and I grab hold of it with each hand, and these two swords appear in my hand, then I swing forward. Yeah. Just screaming out, Kuroken! And just massive cone of black fire just erupts as the two blades clash.
Nice. Give me a second. So you did 10 damage to everyone inside and set everything on fire.
Yeah, basically. They can reflex for half damage, but then again, they're now inside of a burning building.
Yeah.
That's filled with black fire.
There is no resistance against it.
No resistance, but they can reflex for half.
Okay, okay.
Resistance would just make it so they actually take a fourth damage if they make the reflex save.
Yeah. I'm just trying to write who took how much damage. So yeah, all of them take 10 damage. The spider is gonna try and move away as he feels the heat closing in on it. But it's going to fail, and it's going to jump further inside, while all the orcs on the ground, though on fire, are gonna become free.
This flame is so cold it burns.
So now they're going to be taking a D6 because there are two kinds of fire, and I'm not sure which one should be burning more. So okay, next round. D6 times 4, 5.
Why a d6 times 5?
The spider's in. Although the spider did jump away, but I guess it wouldn't be affected until it walks in.
I wonder if I angered a god by setting half of their church on fire. Oh well.
All right, top of the initiative. Uki and Gerbo.
All right.
Actually, I think this round. Right, no. The tiny orc is actually the one that's supposed to be first. He'll turn around and drop his crossbow and pull out a dagger, and
Nice.
He'll try to attack Uxio.
Love it.
His
I kind of glare at him, and he sees the pink of my eyes, and I see it reflected on his hair. Go ahead.
he's going to give you this angry grin, and you'll notice that
I match it.
You'll notice that he has golden teeth. Like all of his teeth are golden.
I want to wear your teeth on a necklace.
And he's going to make an attack. That is 19 to AC.
Oh,
Oh, actually, no, 18, sorry.
no, it hits.
Okay. And you take... there's so many dice.
1d4.
Yes, but I'm trying to find his particular bonus. Okay, and you're going to take 7 damage.
Excellent.
So he grins at you and he says, "That was my favorite crossbow," and he slashes you across the chest.
I say I'll restring it with your guts. Oh, Garba?
Pretty good.
Am I going?
Yes.
So from what I understand, there's a tiny orc, and there are a few more orcs. How many are on the fire?
There are 4 inside on fire. They are now trying to stand up. There is one outside besides the small one, and he seems to be the biggest one actually, and his only weapons are his gauntlets.
I will shoot at this orc. I will ready the fireball. Firebolt, I guess.
Okay. I was like, fireball?
No, I'm not that big yet.
Yeah.
I'll never be that big. I'm a gnome.
Fireball
What?
bigger than you.
No, you're not.
But I am. I can't give you
You're
another
kinda funny,
pun
though.
because there's no gnome thing that sounds like yes.
Ness.
I don't know. The best I got is no K.
I gnome. Oh, no kidding, that's pretty
I
good.
just think it's funny that Gerbo's special fireball attack is actually this flaming button that's bigger than him. It looks like he's launching a spirit bomb.
Yes. And get the firebolt ready. And I'm gonna throw it at him. I'm gonna roll. Jesus Christ. 12. I had to do math in my head. Huh?
Damn.
Oh, no, not damage. That was my roll to hit.
Oh. Okay. Freaking, I have so many windows open and it's just so many numbers. You do not hit, actually.
Oh. I gotta work on my aim.
Which one were you shooting? The small one or the big one?
The bigger one.
Okay. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can feel free to describe the misses as well as the hits, but I'm not sure.
He readies his little button in the same way he did, and he throws it similarly. But it whizzes past the orc's head, and he's kind of, darn it, missed. Need to work on my aim.
Uxia?
Well, I've just taken the slash to my chest. The pain creeps into my bones, and I feel the blood hot rush to my hand as I bring it up towards an arc, running the length of this small orc's body, coming from toe to head. And I will roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a natural 19 plus 6, so that is going to be 25.
That hits.
Okay. So let me roll damage. And that will be 9 points of damage.
Holy crap. Okay. You guys are rolling really well.
I'm not.
I just rolled a 3. It was like plus 6 for damage, so.
All I did so far was roll for initiative, and that was crap. I'm just glad Burning Hands requires no roll.
So how is this orc looking? Did I do any significant damage to him?
It actually looks like he has an open wound on his. You said you attacked across his chest as well?
It just has an upward arc from toe to head.
Mm-hmm. Well, wherever you hit, you actually left like a gash open, but he actually does not seem to be showing any signs of pain. He's just as angry as he was, and he's still grinning.
Excellent. Love it. And for my bonus action, I would like to use Second Wind.
Okay.
So I am going to recover 7 points of damage.
Great.
Okay.
Next up is actually an orc that I forgot.
That was the optimal amount I could get back. Perfect. Not too much, not too little. That was exactly what I needed.
Next up is actually an orc that I forgot that should also go before you, but he was in the fire, so I figured he's not in a hurry. All right, so he is going to basically make a dash for the exit. He is going to pick up his weapon, and he is oh damn it. Okay, so he's going to pick up his weapon, and on the way out take the fire damage that he was supposed to take. But he took his turn actually standing up, so he has no actions anymore. But he sees all of you outside, and he readies his great axe, and you notice he has a tattoo on his neck of a barbed wire, and he is very ugly, even for an orc. Let's see. Next up is.
Also, if anybody dies from my attack, just let me know so I can get my bonus hit points.
God
That's
damn
a
it,
really
I
cool
wrote it
feature.
down wrong. I'm so confused. Okay. The next up is another one of the ones inside. Okay. He gets up and he also takes the fire damage on his way out, and he forgot his weapon though.
Ah!
And the one after him. The one after him actually gets up, and as he's walking out, he stumbles over the other one's weapon, and he drops his weapon outside, but he is still standing up. It's a club. It's a giant club. Let's see who else. Okay, the spider. God damn it! I actually forgot who the. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, that makes sense. The dark blue spider takes his turn to climb backwards onto the wall behind him, and if anyone's actually paying attention, you can see that he is standing over what seems to be a painting of a door, and he is going to just stand there and get ready, basically. And then goes Mitch. Great.
Yay, my turn. Oh, wait. Is there people that go before me?
I think that's everyone that goes before you.
Alright. So Gerbo is currently engaging the two guys who are. Of course, it goes away.
What?
I was about to sneeze like huge, and then it just vanished as soon as I stopped talking.
No.
Of course. Anyway, Gerbo is currently engaged with the two guys who are currently fighting Philip, Uxio.
Mm-hmm.
And there's three guys in front of me.
Oh, actually, there is someone who's supposed to go before you. It's the big orc outside. I wrote them down like in order who's supposed to play, and I still get confused. But yeah, I'm terrible with numbers and most other things. He is just going to take another
You're
turn.
like, I was just joking, man.
And I feel really bad for this, but it's the closest person to him. He is going to try to attack Uxio.
Okay, sweet. Which one? Is this the guy with the short dagger?
It's the guy with the gauntlets.
Oh, okay, cool.
But he rolled terribly on his first attack again.
Because he hit his friend.
He didn't roll a 1. Maybe if you rolled a 1. Once again, he misses and he spins around, and on his spin attack back, he rolls a 16 to hit.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I kind of do one of these, roll back the shoulder, and the flame goes. Whoosh.
He actually pushes himself a bit to the front, and you get an attack of opportunity if you want to react.
I will react.
Like the gauntlets carry him forward.
Okay, I don't know if you want to see this, but I just critted on him. How do you do crits?
Seriously? Full damage, and then you roll another damage die, I believe, is how it works here.
Can you see that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I trust you. Also, I have the same colored dice.
Oh, sweet. So it's full damage plus whatever damage I do. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll this baby out.
That's how it's supposed to work in this edition by default, right?
Actually, you just roll double your damage. You can do it the Chris Perkins way, which is max damage, and then you roll another die.
Oh, right. Okay, my bad. I think where I picked that up was that he was actually running 5th edition, and I thought that's how it worked. But that's actually how it's gonna work because it sounds more interesting.
Okay,
and it's
great.
weird. It's weird he didn't use that on the rules. It sounds more interesting than double damage.
Okay, so that is going to be.
And just by the way, this guy has taken no hits so far.
I understand. So that's going to be. That's going to be 18 points of damage.
Holy shit. He's dead.
So as I slice into him, I actually cut his body straight in half, and he just slides in twain. One part of his body going this way, the other part of his body sliding that way. And as his body falls apart, I still see his small friend who's cut me with his dagger, and I'm glaring at him. No emotion. Is it Garbuster?
It is yes. It is now actually Gray's turn, I believe.
Oh, Gray's turn. Okay.
Go on.
And this is when the visitors.
Mitch.
It's Mitchell's turn.
Yeah. He is muted, I think.
Mitch, you're muted.
I keep forgetting I mute myself. Damn it. And I had such a good thing. Anyway, I'm kind of creating a bottleneck here between myself and these guys are kind of trying to run past me. So they're going to have to like really get past me to get out of this burning building. But this is like Christmas came early for me. So I'm just cackling like a madman here with both of my arms on fire. And while you guys can basically know that I've lost my marbles again. The darkness has taken over slightly. And I can just feel this burning blade forcing themselves into my body from my arms. But I take my great sword out from its sheath. And I just actually I'm going to roll to hit one of the ones in front of me. I don't really care which one it is, Solar. But I want to roll to hit him.
You might actually care. There are most of them actually look really badly damaged. Besides the big guy with the gauntlets, like the ones that seem to have been the least damaged by the fire and the spider and everything. If you like to attack one of those, or
No, most damaged by the fire is coming up first. They're getting my sword straight to the noggin.
Okay.
I roll. No, that's not too bad. I rolled a 14.
To hit.
Yes, to hit.
Okay. You kill whoever you are attacking, so just feel free to explain.
Oh, nice. Basically, I'm just holding this sword with both of my flaming arms, and like this absolute look of glee on my face, and this demented grin stretching me. I'm just like, just laughing, and just like,
Awesome.
yes, 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 do it. Give me your life! And I just kind of spin it around my head, and I just bring it up over, slicing his head in half, lengthwise. Completely bathing the flaming walls behind him in whatever it is that's inside of an orc's head. And his entire body starts to, the flames from within, the black fire lurches in and starts consuming his body until there's nothing but dust remaining. And then it lurches forward and it starts to absorb into my arms. And I'm just laughing more and more. Give it to me! Return back to where you came!
Cool.
And I just kind of like stop and I just stare at them. The darkness is calling.
All right. The other spider. You see the black spider sort of slowly walk to the middle of the room during this turn and the past one. He has been basically just trying to keep it down, but now you see it rounding a corner inside of the inside the church. You see it rounding around. God damn it! Coming behind a bench that's covered in spider webs and now burning, and you see it actually disappear as well. And you see the spider appear on top of the church. And that is going to be its turn. The blue one is actually just still standing inside on a wall, and the fire is growing closer to him. That was the spider, and the last orc on the ground is going to take its turn being consumed by the fire. And then we take it from the top again.
That's another death. For me, that gets completely incinerated by this fire and then it goes back into my arms.
It was Garbo's fire, though.
It was kind of both of them.
We both did the fiery thing.
I don't think that would count. That's like the residual fire from like the objects around. It's not actually from you.
It's not like you can... Oh, whatever.
What?
Oh, I was thinking you could just set up like these massive traps as your character, and then when it kills a bunch of people, you just gain all that HP.
Well, I read the thing about temporary hit points. I can only have the maximum amount of temporary hit points, which is 5. So even though I'm killing all these people, it doesn't increase by 5. It just stays at 5.
Oh, that's completely different than I thought the way that we've been playing it.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping it would be that way, but I was rereading temporary hit points, and I was just like, no plus 30 hit points for me right now.
Aha.
If it's for role-playing purposes, as far as I'm concerned, you can feel free to count that then. So yeah, taking the turn from the top, Gerbo and Uxio.
If that is how it's going to be, then I'm going to have my plus 15 right now.
Actually, it's not Gerbo and Uxio. God damn it! Why do I always do that? It's the scrawny orc without the crossbow that is going to
Attack me, right?
that is going to reveal its pain through a laughter that doesn't sound very convincing, and going to try and attack you one more time. One last time. And miss horribly.
So does he kind of slip in his fallen comrade's blood as he swings?
If you want to describe it that way, that's fine. But I was just thinking he would miss you because he is in so much pain, and he would basically not have enough focus to actually try to attack you properly.
Excellent.
If you guys want to describe like how these guys are failing and you have some cool ideas, that's completely fine with me.
Oh, awesome. I love that. I love a challenge.
Let's see. Next up,
I motion my hands towards my companions, and I say, "He's mine. He's mine." Go ahead.
the first orc that ran outside is next, and he is still on fire, and his eyes are going to grow wide as he basically falls to his knees and falls over, also engulfed by flames. Um, next
Download it.
next up are actually Uxio and Gerbo, and there are 1, 2, 3 orcs and 1 spider on the roof and 1 spider inside.
Well, I was looking at that one that he issued a challenge to, but then he did that, and Gerbo just kind of, yeah, all right, buddy, whatever you say. I'm gonna look at the spider on the roof, and decide that the orcs really aren't that big of a threat, mostly because they haven't touched me. And I'm gonna ready a flaming button, and I'm gonna throw it at that spider.
Go for it.
Let's see. Where the fuck did my roller go? Here we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's 25.
Holy!
20 to hit.
25 to hit.
Damn. Okay, that hits.
It's not a crit.
Wow. Okay, but still, you hit.
Look, 4 damage. I only deal a D10. I don't get any bonuses.
All right.
Gerbo's gonna ready his button again as he looks up. He needs something to hit. I mean, he's got a fiery ball in his hand. Hi there. And he spins this little disc a couple times and then uses his magic to force it up to the spider. It is a direct hit, however, he doesn't see much more than the spider's leg hairs get singed as it sort of connects and not much else. So I don't think 4 is a lot of damage.
It doesn't seem very hurt.
Man, I need to work on that.
Uxia?
I step over his fallen comrade's body, sword in hand. My body churns small ways towards him. The sword's up. I lean it out to him,
Damn, what?
and I go to pierce his heart. That's an 18 plus 6, so that is
You hit.
24 to hit. Okay.
He's dead.
Yes, but how dead?
Explain if you want.
As I plunge it into his heart, his legs just give way immediately. And as it gives way, his small frame leans forward and he slides to the tip of the hilt. And then as I raise my arm upwards, his body slumps off. And I raise it and point it at the spider. And I say, "These creatures are sacred to me."
It's pretty badass. So he's still on the sword.
No, his body I pierce it, his body falls forward, hits the hilt, and I
Okay.
tilt upwards.
Okay.
Or I could just lift him off his feet if you'll allow me to lift him with one hand.
Probably not.
Okay, well then he slides off, and I point towards the spider. And
If
say
you want to
that
make a
they're
strength
sacred.
check, I mean. Is that your turn?
Is there anyone there engaged with me?
No. He was the only
Okay.
one.
Then I will move back my full movement away from the burning house because I'm too close to it right now. I want to move back 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay. Let's see.
This is a hit.
Next up is he's dead. He's dead. Next up is actually the blue spider, and the blue spider is going to take its turn, jumping on the big orc through the fire, but the spider is going to blink, and he's going to pass through through the space towards the exit, and he's actually going to not do anything to the fire. In fact, he'll probably help the fire spread as he whooshes through the space, and he is going to basically disappear and reappear behind the orc.
Wait a minute, is this spider teleporting itself? Like you said, it blinked.
Yeah.
Like it just went in and out of existence?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Oh
Yeah.
man, fighting blink spiders.
That is amazing.
And it is going to attempt to knock prone the big orc. Okay, that's okay. He's actually going to succeed, and the spider is basically now standing on the big orc. Next is another orc who is actually standing between the spider and the big one. Another orc who is going to basically fall prone and be engulfed by flames as well as the spider is flying across him. Well, not flying, but like bending the space over him, I suppose. And that is going to leave Mitch.
Right. So how many orcs do I have in front of me?
That fucking long?
Two. Actually, no, not two. One orc, and he is prone. There is one spider on the roof and one spider over the prone orc.
Yeah, I'm going to strike at the prone orc with my great sword. Because I'm focused on the orcs. Then I can move to the spiders. Everything needs to die. It's like, seriously, there's a closing sale on life, and I'm sure buying it up in bulk.
That was pretty good.
Everything must go.
Alright, he stopped fucking like a couple for shit.
That wasn't too great, but then again, he's on the ground. I rolled a 11.
That hits.
Whoa.
Actually,
2d6?
Actually, could you make me a now what would that be? That would be a dexterity probably to see if you can manage to. I suppose intelligence will work as well. To see if you can manage to hit the orc or the spider, because the spider is actually on top of the orc.
Dex.
Or I guess no, actually I guess it would be a disadvantage on the attack roll, and if the other one is lower, you actually try to hit the spider. Or not try. This is weird.
Okay,
This is
so
going
if
weird.
I was attacking with disadvantage, the lower roll was the 11. If it was the dexterity check to hit the orc, I got a 16.
I have no fucking idea. Just hit the orc. This is weird. There's probably a rule that clarifies this somewhere, but fuck it.
10 damage to the orc.
10 damage.
Yeah, 10 damage.
Nice.
It's a great sword, 2d6, and then plus my strength.
Oh, it's not fire damage. Okay.
Yeah, it's not fire damage. It's just straight up slashing.
All right. Next up is. Where's that? The end of the actual round. No.
Did
That's
they orc die?
No, he's not.
Alright, so I'm just wildly swinging with this sword, and I'm just while screaming out about making them all back to nothing. And one of the swings just comes to the side, completely no form at all,
Next.
but just brute strength and ferocity, cutting deeply into the orc, even though the spider's on top of him. But just continuing to laugh, like I'm having an absolute ball with this.
Might want to be careful with that. Too
With
much
the
of
laughing?
too much of the wrong kind of fun can be bad for you.
Oh, trust me, I don't think anybody else would consider this fun.
And the last person in this turn that's going to get to attack is the bigger spider, the black one, and it's going to
A bigger, blacker spider.
It's a bigger, blacker edition.
well, okay. He's going to see he's going to see the no, correct me if I'm wrong, but Gerbo is now basically standing alone on the side, like where everyone else was previously, right?
Yeah, enough to where I can see the spider on the roof.
Yeah. That spider is going to try and jump on you, and if you want to make a dexterity save to dodge out of the way.
But I can make a dex check. Why not?
You're rolling against a 20.
We'll see what happens.
Ooh!
Holy, a natural
I only
20?
got a 16.
Not a
Oh,
natural 20.
Only got a 16.
16, okay. You are going to be, hang on a second. This is going to be pretty bad. You're going to be knocked prone, and the spider is now on top of you. And the spider is actually going to try and attack you. Just a second. Where's the?
Wasn't that an attack? Typically, to knock prone, that's an attack action.
Oh, okay. My bad then. I was thinking as the like it's jump, and after the jump it's jumping on him. That's why he was supposed to be knocked prone. But I guess that does make sense. All right. Next up is top of the round actually. Uxio and Gerbo.
If you really want to, you can make it so Gerbo takes some of the damage from the fall, from having the spider land on him.
He is very tiny.
I think fall damage, like for people who are falling, is like 1d6 per 20 feet or something.
Per 10.
Per 10.
So
that would
that's
be-
not like that kind of fall.
Yeah,
So-
it's like the whole building is maybe 15 feet high. So I guess it would be a 1.
It's a 1d.
1d6, yeah.
My question here is, with the spider on top of me, what are my options?
You can make a strength check against the spider to
Ha, ha,
push
ha.
it off.
Sorry, no,
Blast in
that's
the
not-
face with a fiery button.
You could do that.
Let's see.
Do you want to ready an action for when I come over to help you?
I believe I could do that.
You could attack it with a dagger or something.
I think I've only got a stick, really. Actually, I think I'm going to color spray it.
Oh,
You take 4 damage, by the way.
Oh, me?
From the spider falling on you.
Ouch.
Now he's almost dead.
5. Right? Oh, I got 5 health. I'm still over half. Let me see what the thingamajig did. Color spray did exactly. I'm looking it up in the book. Let's control weather.
Control weather. That's not it.
No, it's not. It's close to here, though.
It's on the same page. Close
No,
enough.
It's a couple pages out, man. There's a lot of con
Yeah,
things.
the weather is basically like God's color spraying the sky,
Yeah.
especially after rain.
Here we go, color spray.
I like this really stupid comic. It was called Order of the Stick. The cleric starts praying to the
Great.
gods. It's basically him casting control weather, and it's to cause a lightning bolt to cause massive sonic damage to these trees. And it shows an idea of what it is that's actually causing this, and his god is Thor. And Thor's up there just drinking, getting hammered with beer while tossing down lightning bolts.
Okay, so
That's control
does this
weather.
have less than 26 health left?
It's not stupid, it's great.
Does this thing have less than 24 health left? If not, color spray's useless.
Less than 24 health left. Yes, it does.
Alright.
I thought color spray had to be under a particular amount of hit points for it to
Yes,
work.
roll 6d10. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect.
You can affect it.
Okay.
This is just basically, determining how tough it is.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
not-
it does is blind them.
Well, that's pretty good. But
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is in this situation. It's probably.
If you blind him, will I get an advantage on my attack against it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Alright. Well, then I blinded it. So, Gobor reaches into his robe from under the spider while he's dodging it, snipping at him. And, throwing his hand forward, he releases a spray of colorful buttons of red, yellow, and blue variety. They, each of them are glimmering with light, and they blind the poor spider's 8 eyes as they come in contact with them.
Is there a save?
There is no save.
Nice.
It's basically as
It's-
long as the hit points match, it's effective.
Yeah.
That's a neat spell.
It is. It's useful.
Are you supposed to roll the health though?
Yeah, I did. That's where I got the 24 from.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's 6d10, which was pretty bad considering my max was 60.
Yeah, it is, but
So
it's
your
enough.
minimum is fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spider is blinded, and it is Oxio's turn.
I bolt over to slice off its head, absolutely furious and cussing under my breath.
Spider screeching and bouncing around.
Okay, so that is a 22 to hit.
That's definitely enough.
And damage is going to be 8 points.
All right.
I hack into the back of its. If it's not enough to kill, then I just hack into the back of its neck.
Sorry, what was the damage? I just
It was
blanked
8.
out. 8.
It was
Okay.
8.
Yeah, sorry.
You want to see something funny happen to a spider? Give it caffeine.
It starts
Why
dancing.
drunk?
Why?
They get drunk.
Next
Especially
up
because-
is. Oh, okay. Well, finish if you want.
See, spider anatomy is very interesting. You see, our blood, which is red blood and stuff, uses iron as a bonding. And as such, fermented stuff actually affects our alcohol level and stuff like that and makes us drunk. Spiders, on the other hand, use copper. It makes their blood blue, bright blue, and caffeine affects them the same way alcohol affects us.
Wait a minute. So a Vulcan is also copper. So if Mr. Spock drinks a coffee, is that how he gets drunk?
Yes, that will be it.
Huh.
Okay, great. All right, let's move forward.
That's actually pretty interesting. So the next up is the dark blue spider on top of the orc. And he is going to try and bite into the orc with advantage. and god damn it, and miss on both. I'm not rolling well, but then again, it is monster versus monster, or I guess orcs aren't really monsters, but yeah. And so, next up is the actual orc.
That's racist.
Next up is the actual orc, who is going to take his turn to try and flip the spider on its back and be the one on top. And he's going to roll fucking horribly on his strength check. So next up.
So does he shart?
Hmm?
Does he shart? Does he shit fart? Like,
He doesn't.
she's just too scared? Okay. He doesn't.
Next up is actually Gray. I think Gray actually was supposed to go before these two, but there you go.
Okay, so I'm going to continue swinging at this orc. Let's see if I hit.
No, he wasn't supposed to go before.
Well, that was actually a 7. Total.
To hit,
Yes, to hit.
it's pretty bad. You don't hit.
And even with him knocked prone, damn.
Oh, you're attacking him? Okay, well, you have advantage then.
Oh. Let's roll again. What did I get? Well, it wasn't too bad. I rolled an 8.
Mitch, give me a break.
Well, it's better.
Switching dice.
So yeah, you're actually supposed to go before. So I do have the right order. God damn it! Why do I confuse myself by thinking that I did something wrong when I actually have the right order written down. Lastly, the blind spider on top of Gerbo is going to flail about and basically that'll be his turn. And Uxio, if you would like to, well, even if you would like to make a dexterity check to not get hit by one of the spider's legs.
So my dexterity check is a 23.
Okay.
I actually dance in between his legs, and it's part of my fighting style. I was
Yes, you do.
trained. I was trained by fighting spires, so I'm quite adept at dealing with them.
Okay. And that's the end of the round. So, Uxio and Gerbo. Actually, Gerbo had a. Oh yeah, he already guessed. Sorry, my bad. Next turn, round.
All right. Did you want to go first?
I can. I will. I will go ahead and I will cut this monster's head off again. Is it still blinded by the spell?
How long does the blind last? David?
The blind is. It doesn't say actually.
So it is until he gets medical treatment?
It probably does say.
Blinded until the spell ends. Duration. Oh, 1 round. Okay, so no, it's not blinded anymore.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Until my round, it's blinded.
No, until you act.
Yeah, until my act.
Okay, then it is still blinded.
Then I will go to cut off its head again.
Actually, if you go first, if Uxio goes first, it is still blinded. If he doesn't, then it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, then I think we know what we're doing. All right. So is 11 going to be enough to hit?
Since it's blinded, you do have advantage.
Oh. So is 18 enough to hit?
Yes.
All right.
But I don't know if you're supposed to get advantage, but as a GM, I say you do have advantage because it's fucking blinded and standing in one spot.
Okay.
But I am kind of disappointed that you set everything on fire and like you killed everyone too quickly.
So That is going to be another 8 points of damage.
All right. Looks
Here's a
pretty-
tip from one GM to another. If you have something there that's flammable, guess what? It's probably going to get set on fire.
Well, I did have in mind that it was flammable when I set it up, but
So, does this thing look significantly hurt? I just want to have an idea of how to describe it.
it looks pretty fucking hurt. It has like open wounds across the torso, and some of its legs are cut off at the tip, and it's screeching and like flailing about and all that.
Oh, should I make another dexterity save to see if I can stand?
Not yet.
Okay. And I say, Garbo, stab this thing.
You should actually probably, if you do have any kind of weapons, seriously consider trying to attack it.
Yeah, look at what my weapon was. I don't know if I
I mean,
recorded
I guess fire works just as well, but
it. Yeah, throw a fireball at it.
You're right there, though.
I am, but I have a better spellcasting ability than I do ability to hit things.
And Firebolt does significantly more damage than an improvised weapon.
That, and it doesn't cost me a spell slot to use because it's a cantrip.
that and you don't have any improvisable weapons around you.
So just
True.
put your
I
hand
just got
into
this
its
really-
mouth and cast Firebolt.
I will.
Hell yeah.
Is it my
I
turn
just
now?
get this really funny idea
Yeah.
of the spider being blinded, and then it regains its sight just in time to see this little gnome have its hand in its face and just this massive flaming button impacting.
Get off of me!
This was kind of a weird fight, by the way. Like everyone had advantage against everyone.
I do believe I will roll to give it the slammer with the fireball.
Mm-hmm. Make a roll.
A second for that. That's a 22.
Whoa!
Nice.
Nice.
But for casting and melee, do I take disadvantage?
Well, I mean, you don't really need an advantage. You hit it.
Fair enough. What do I need to make a
He
con?
meant disadvantage.
I mean, yeah. Do I take disadvantage?
You should, but since the spider's actually right on top of you, you don't. Because you're
Alright.
trying to
What about
attack it,
the
and it's like
con check
everywhere above
What
you.
about the con check? What about the con check?
If you want to stand up, I mean,
No, not to stand up. Though I make a con check if I'm casting in melee, don't I?
Only if it's
Oh.
a concentration spell.
It's not. It's an
Okay.
instantaneous.
All right. That was 6d10, not 1d10.
yeah, same thing.
I hit it for 6.
You actually kill it.
Sweet.
So as he burns its husk, I kind of pull it off of him as not to have this charred spider on him and to free him.
You already had your turn.
Oh, but I didn't use my movement.
Well, you did end your turn, but yeah, fuck it. If you want to, sure.
Okay, great. I didn't want it to kill him.
It's not
It's
that
like a
big
burning
of
spider.
It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Would you like to make a strength check?
Sure.
Are you trying to push it off or pull it off?
I'm trying to show that I'm tough. So I'm just gonna try and.
Okay.
I fail miserably. I roll an 8.
Yeah, you fail. Definitely.
Do I get burned as I'm picking it up?
No, it wasn't really on fire.
Oh, okay.
It was just like
bad
grazed.
indigestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's described as a flash burn. It really only damages the one thing. I don't even think it catches clothing on fire with firebolt.
It does. Anything that can be on fire is on fire.
Yeah, but it's not wearing clothes. It's a spider.
Yeah.
Oh my god, could you imagine spiders in, like, Levi's? The 8 little legs and the 8 little pockets.
Like drow with like the giant spider equivalents of chihuahuas in those like dog outfits
Yeah.
with like hoodies.
Sorry, that's just really funny to me.
We've got this really big problem of the drow dressing up their spiders.
Like, all the matrons of the houses, like, get together and they show off their pet spiders in their cute outfits.
And it's like the drow just invented television, but that's the only channel is like the one with the spider show, and everyone hates it, but it's the only thing on TV.
Instead of Mickey Mouse, it's like the spider. There's like amusement rides of webs.
The International Drow Spider Championships.
Oh, and there's like
Which one will take
illegal. Hmm.
I mean, like best in breed. It's like a whole like those dog shows where they're taking best in breed, best showmanship.
Oh, they would definitely have that.
Jumping through hoops and.
But spiders instead of dogs.
They're just giant spiders. They're cute and cuddly.
At least to drow.
So next up is. Next up is
the other spider.
the dark blue one on top of the orc, and he's going to.
I thought it was the black one on top of the orc.
No, the black one is on top of Gerbo. Was on top of Gerbo.
Oh, okay, great.
And he is going to attempt to attack the orc, and he's actually going to hit this time. And the orc is going to take a shit ton of damage because it's the first time the spider is hit, and the spiders are very, very strong. Although I roll like an old man with arthritis, or however you say it, arthritis.
An old man with Parkinson's?
I actually don't know what that is.
Oh.
Oh, you don't? Oh, it was. It's actually a terrible, debilitating disease that's caused by lesions on the brain.
Huh.
Let's not bring the terrible, debilitating diseases into this. We've already been where no man has gone before, with the depravity. Let's not bring illness into this.
Oh, almost. Damn it. Okay. So, just a second. Oh, the orc almost got completely obliterated. So that's 7 damage, and the orc seems to be on the verge of death. He's kind of struggling, and he actually avoided getting poisoned this turn. He is going to attempt to attack the spider with his like elbows underground, next to his own shoulders, like stretched out as much as he can, and he is going to push the spider by attacking it with both of those. And you're going to hear that like a broken exhaust pipe sound again twice at the same time, and he is going to. Nice. Okay, one of those is actually going to hit, and it is going to deal a very small amount of damage to the spider. It's going to deal 5 damage to the spider, and it is going to push the spider off of him and on its back next to him, and that's his turn.
Sweet.
Next round.
It's my turn.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Why do we always keep doing that?
It's because I wrote I wrote all the initiatives of the monsters, and you guys are at the top, and I always start from the top, and like at the top it's the two of you with 17 initiative, and then at the end I'm supposed to remember to go back to the top because there's a 5 initiative there, but I forget. Which is why I always tell you guys that you're going first, even though you're not.
No love for Gray.
It's very confusing.
Anyway, I'm going to try and finish off this orc because it evaded my last attack. Screw that, he dies. As I said before, there's a sale on death. And I need to get my money's worth. Oh, that was pretty good. That was a 20 modified.
Yeah, you hit and you kill him. So, explain.
As he knocks the spider off him and he tries to get up, I just see this perfect opportunity, and I just scream out in happiness as I just whip this sword around me, bringing it through, cutting, almost nearly bisecting his body at the waist as it completely carves through him. All that's connecting his upper body to his lower body is his spine. But it doesn't help much because since I killed him, his entire body starts covered in that black fire again, which then gets absorbed into my right arm. But good news, my left arm, which was on fire, is no longer on fire, which you're kind of guessing the amount of flames that are covering my body is how deeply I am in the mode.
Oh, okay.
By the way, no one was disintegrated so far. I believe you mentioned someone was being disintegrated earlier. Let's just say parts of his body were disintegrated.
Yeah.
These orcs are pretty tough.
Okay. So parts of his body catch on black fire, which then merges with my arm. Probably the entirety of the insides.
Probably. So the orc is dead. Next round. There's actually only the one dark blue spider.
And we're at the top of the row. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works for him.
I don't know where that was actually from, but it kind of sounded like Blood Bowl.
It's dodgeball.
Oh, okay. Uxia and Gerbo?
Which one of us is going?
Up to you. You have the same dexterity.
I can try to help you get this spider off.
Oh, is it Spider still on me? I thought I killed it.
Yeah, but it was on top.
You killed it. It's still on top of you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I would appreciate the help.
Alright, so you can take, as a help, don't you get like some pluses to your strength roll to get it off?
I'll
I
just
think
you
in
guys
this
have advantage.
particular one,
Or do you roll with advantage? I don't know.
Because you're like trying to both pull and push it off, so I'll
Yes.
just say you have advantage on it.
Okay.
Alright.
That's something beautiful about the advantage mechanic. There are no like specific minus plus numbers. There's just advantage or disadvantage.
Right.
So, if he's assisting me, then I suppose I roll the strength check to get out?
Mm-hmm. Or you could try to wiggle like on the side somewhere or something.
I guess I could do that. What do I do for that?
Let's say dexterity.
My dex is an 18. That would be easier.
But he has to roll his strength first to pull it like at least
Alright.
Somewhat.
Would you like me to roll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. So that is going to be a 15. To
That's
move this thing up.
That's enough to lift it off. To lift it off.
Wiggle out, little man.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Oh, okay. I'm like a tiny, fat caterpillar. Worm my way out of there. Ooh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, just do me a favor. Extract some of this poison. We might need it for later.
Well, that's an odd request. I guess I can, Are we busy? I don't, there's anything else around us?
Yeah, there's still a giant blue spider to deal with.
I don't want that one on top of me.
That's
I
what
think
she
he's... hello! So yeah, I figure we'll probably want to take care of this one too.
Well, we'll get rid of him then.
And I make the shape of a button, and I think you might want to send the button that way.
I think I will use my other second level spell slot to fire a chromatic orb.
Oh, all right. That was your move action, so you can still attack.
Yeah. Let me get this multicolored orb ready. Let me see what exactly chromatic orb is. It starts with an H. Why am I in the O's?
It starts with an H. Why am I in the O's?
Exactly. Here it goes. Okay. And it's a small sphere of energy about the size of my gnomish palm. Only in this case, it's a button.
Are you going to ready that, or are you going to shoot it off now?
No, I'm gonna shoot it off now. I'm gonna fire at the spider. I will choose. I can choose acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder for the damage type. I don't know what the difference between lightning and thunder is, huh?
Do you want to make a nature check to see if the spider has any weaknesses?
I guess I could. Let's see. The nature.
I'll be right back, boys.
All right. Oh, nature's intelligence. Look at that shit. Okay, I got a 19.
19?
Yeah.
As far as you know, it does not have any particular weaknesses. This is
alright.
this from what you see, yeah, from what you've seen so far. This seems like a version of like the relatively common, like let's just say for the sake of for lack of a better term, common. This is just a common giant spider, but it seems to have been mutated somehow, or influenced by something somehow. But it does not have any particular weaknesses as far as you know.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can figure out what thunder damage does.
I think normally thunder spells knock things back, but if it's just thunder damage, it's probably just lightning or something.
A concussive burst of sound.
Sound, okay.
That's what it says. Well then, I will
It's basically
fire.
sonic damage.
I will fire a thunder orb. And it will create a loud cracking as Gerbo seems to be cycling through the colors of the orb on his hand. They're just sort of blinking by him. He's watching red to yellow to blue to green or whatever. And eventually, he stops on an orange color and flicks the button. And it dings for a second. And then he takes it and he throws it forward in his hand. And the entire time the button is traveling, it's releasing very loud noises, probably thunder, like in a rainstorm.
Mm-hmm. You have you already made the attack roll?
I have not yet. It is an attack roll, correct?
I believe Chromatic Orb is an attack roll.
I got an 18.
Let me just check. Yeah, that hits. You guys are rolling great for the attacks, even though you don't roll like max damage and stuff. But you guys are rolling great for the attacks, and I'm rolling terribly, like completely
Except
terrible.
for me.
Except for you.
I rolled a 23 for my damage because it's 3d8 damage.
Oh!
That was 1 point from max.
You wreck it completely.
Does
Well,
it burst apart, or
Yeah,
is it not dead?
You explain.
let's see. How far will you let me take it, as far as killing the thing
It's
goes?
dead.
You annihilated it. As far as I'm concerned, you can explain it any way you want.
Oh, okay. So, Gerbo hurls this little 4-inch orb at the thing. The sound of thunder blasting from it just. The spider opens its mouth for whatever reason. I don't even know. Maybe it yells or something. It's weird. And the orb travels right in between its mandibles.
It probably noticed that the other spider was dead and was screeching.
Probably.
Go on.
We'll go with that. But the orb travels right between its mandibles, goes inside its mouth, and then its head just kind of... Can't do that very well. Oh, I got, like, sores in my lip right now, and it's kind of... Eh. But anyway. That noise, and just sort of the spider's head just pops. Ooh, that was fun. Got it right that time. Look at that. Gerbo-like.
It's pretty good. Well,
I just kind of turned back to your arms still on fire, and I'm just like, mine!
What about fire?
So was that everything?
Oh,
Is
my arm
everything
was still
dead?
on
Yep.
Yeah,
You are out of
that
initiative.
we know of. Yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take a bathroom break. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and take 2 minutes, guys.
All right. I run to the
Okay,
bathroom
we
myself.
can do that. Everybody watching the home game, we'll be back in 5.
I am back. And so is Mitch.
And I'm back.
So So when I mentioned I wasn't expecting you to set everything on fire, what I meant by that was that I wasn't expecting so many orcs to be inside when you set something on fire, but I was expecting someone to at least think of setting things on fire.
That's typically my first thought. Like, is there a way to make this better? Can it be set on fire? If it can, do it. Though I'm out of spell slots for the day. As a warlock, I only have one.
Something tells me you probably won't be needing many more.
Well, yeah, we've also been through, what, 3 combats since we last slept, so...
Pretty much. There was the bear, the zombies, and then you slept, and then there was the wolves. I think that was it, the wolves in this fight.
Okay, yeah. We've only been in combat once, so... Oops.
Which reminds me, I actually still have to edit the first session and upload it. I haven't had time. I have so many things. On my main channel, I still have, I haven't made a playlist in 2 months. And people are sending me requests all the time.
You just need to make a video like, enough's enough. And the whole thing is just like, stop being a dick, man.
Oh,
I'll get
David.
to it when I get to it.
David disappeared.
I think his webcam kind of giving him some problems, so he's gonna log back in.
That's why I'm not using my webcam, because I have to restart my Chrome every time, which is really bad if you're hosting. It's bad normally, but really bad if you're hosting.
Yeah. I just don't turn it off. Gets rid of that problem.
My cables are kind of in between my table and my door. Because I like to keep things near the walls, and it's really there's a lot of room in the middle of the room, and everything on the walls is really there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. So basically, there's a bunch of cables between me and the door, and it's not ideal every time I pass it, and if I accidentally touch a cable and it's the wrong cable, I have to restart Chrome to get my camera to work. Which is weird. I mean, it's kind of sad because you guys can't look upon my beautiful face. And there's both of them back. Okay. So something that's worthy to note is that while you did set most of the things around on fire, you didn't actually set the building on fire because the building is made of stone, and it would take.
Even the roof?
Even the roof, and it would take it would take basically lava to set it on fire.
Not according to Minecraft logic. I like using that logic in my games. It's really hilarious.
I had a really interesting experience when I switched from Minecraft to Terraria, and me and my friends basically we played Terraria for a very long time, and right after we switched and we figured that Terraria is much more interesting, at least to us, to sort of stuff that we like. We started messing around with digging and finding all kinds of stuff, and every patch had something new and all that. And at some point we figured that the water, not that Minecraft water works normally, but that the water can actually be manipulated in very, very, very strange ways. Which one of the ways is creating pockets of water and draining water so that you can breathe everywhere and all that stuff. But something that was very interesting was that we figured that when one of us was lagging and wasn't actually hosting the server, when he was around and he would basically all the solid blocks would disappear to him, and the only thing left would be water. For everyone else, water would spill in every open space, and we would just constantly keep drowning, even if we kept separating the water. With really bizarre logic.
All right, David's back.
I am.
I'm not exactly sure why I told that, but Okay.
What?
Wasn't very interesting.
We had to have something to pass the time.
Okay, so the from what you can see inside, there are some benches and the cobwebs are still burning, and a lot of stuff on the sides, and the doors are actually still burning. But as things begin to quiet down, there is this sort of snap, like a finger snap in the air that resonates and echoes through the silence, and it kind of feels like you blinked, like you all blinked at the same time, and basically the fire just withers away. But you don't notice any like um, uh, wind waves or anything like that. You just notice that the fire fizzles out basically inside. But most of the cobwebs have been burnt out, and a lot of the actual benches and the doors and a lot of the wooden stuff inside is actually like halfway burnt.
If it's cool with you, also, Philip, you're currently muted.
I would like to do a perception check to see if I can tell what put out extinguished this fire.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Before it kind of extinguishes, I was going to try and absorb my black fire back into my arm, if that's cool with you.
I'm walking forward towards the very small orc whose teeth were gold, and I'm getting ready to take one of the ends of my daggers and bust out its teeth to make into a necklace and pick up its crossbow and string it with its guts. But as I'm approaching to do that, I am looking around to see what extinguished this fire. So that is 19.
And you are looking around?
Yes.
Okay. You see how do I explain this best? Well, you know when you move something really fast, like for example when you're moving your hand really really fast and it looks like it's in multiple places at once, you see something
Blur or after image?
like a blur after image, something like that, of a person disappearing on top of the church's rooftop. On top of the rooftop? What?
Are they still there, or they were just like there for a second and gone?
No, you saw them as they disappeared.
Can I tell what their features look like, or is it too fast?
You can't really make it out, but you can make out that it was about the size of a humanoid.
Woman, male,
You can't tell.
no curves or curves.
You basically saw what looked like a cape.
Fair enough. Thank you. I I say be wary of vampires.
Solar, quick question. Can I level up my character right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you want to do that.
Is it okay if I do?
Okay,
one?
I kind of already know. I won't be able to have the spells, but I would like to be able to describe one of the things that happens with my character since I gave my invocations.
Sounds interesting. Go ahead.
Okay, so I've seeded my sword, but during the fight I had pulled deep within this power that I gained from this thing that almost seems to be nothingness, and I had gone too far. I had pushed too much, drawn far more than my body could handle, but I had survived. I could feel the burning blades quickly sheathe themselves through my chest. As you can see, the flames reignite back onto my arms. You can see it reigniting up from my legs as I scream slightly in pain. But the flames quickly recede, and the shadows from around us quickly lurch at my body and the armor. It completely disintegrates the armor on my body, but the shadows themselves meld around my flesh, turning into an armor of sorts, completely winding its way up, all the way up to my eyes, which turn completely black with a sulfuric yellow. Iris.
Are we playing
And,
Corruption of Champions right now?
No. For those of you who are huge anime and manga geeks, I just basically explain Ichigo's transformation with Mugetsu. But yeah, the flames then unignite from my arms, and you can see these black tattoos running up each arm. That look kind of not so much like a tribal flame, but more of a chain that at one point looks like a chain, other points look like a flame. It depends on the way I'm moving my arms. But I have this black armor of shadows wrapped around my central body, and my
Awesome.
eyes are now black and bright yellow.
Uh,
And I now have magical dark vision out to 120 feet.
Nice.
As sorry.
Is your face also covered?
Half of it, the lower part.
Okay. Well, you don't have to go like you don't have to completely like, but whatever. Like, continue on.
Oh, as my character walks towards the fallen orc, my long sword's in my hand, and I throw it up into the air, and it spins around 3 times. I grab it and sheath it, and
Show
Yeah.
off.
And
So
I hit
I-
myself in the head and die.
no. So I go over and I take out the dagger, and I take the end of it, and I start busting out its teeth. Bam, 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 bam. And it's not like the teeth fell out, but just like the gums and the tusks of the orc come out, and I just like have parts of its jaw and like these bits of gold. Is this really gold, or is this just tartar?
It's gold.
Oh, it is gold. Great. And I would like to not only search him, but search the other members of the orc party for their weapons, for their gold, if they have gold teeth, armor. Is there anything on them?
Just a second. Would you all care to make an intelligence check for me, please?
Haha, this is a thing that I am good at. No, it's not, apparently. I have a 9.
I'm pretty caught up
Oh,
in brutalizing this orc that I hate, that I have this cut on my chest from.
You can set the DC yourself after I tell you what it is, but just make the roll for now.
Okay, the DC's 5,
apparently,
I
my
pass.
guy, even though I'm going to say that me drawing this much power from the void allows me to know, just for a minute, things that should be impossible for people to know, because I rolled a 20.
All
Holy
right.
shit.
All right. Well, I am sorry that the 20 is for noticing that Crow has disappeared.
Yeah, I saw that coward run away.
None of you
shots
actually
fired.
saw what happened to him. You can't see him anywhere.
Sorry, I'm just rolling dice.
I could just retcon that and have him never have existed, but they're better.
No,
better
no,
things.
he punched the bear in the butt. That's what he did.
Yeah.
And then I blew their brains out.
He fucking wrecked that bear. He, like, kicked its ass.
But
Oh, guys, I don't have my player's handbook on me. Second level for fighters, just action surge, right? And you roll a hit dice to gain hit points. Is there anything else?
yep.
I will look it up.
And the action surge recharges after a short rest or long rest.
Second.
It should be a long rest.
All right,
Short or long rest.
short or okay, great, short or long. Okay. Thank you, and I'll go ahead and roll for my new hit points, if that's okay. Or do you want me to do that after we rest?
No, I am fine with you doing it at any point you feel like your character has grown. I mean, during this, like not normally, because then you could just like jump levels and all that. But also, just to sort of do something with that 20, Grain also notices, although not with his senses, but feels an individual stopping the fire and disappearing.
Ooh, that's pretty good for health. Also, this shadow thing is called Armor of Shadows from the Warlock. It basically gives me mage armor at will.
And it's fucking amazing. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to play Warlock. Describing that is gonna be so cool. I am like slightly disappointed that you cover your face like halfway. I mean, like, do you really have to look like fucking Sasuke?
I don't remember Sasuke ever covering half of his face. I know Zabuza did, but
Yeah,
I feel so lost about what you guys are talking about.
I'm pretty sure he. Wait. I'm pretty sure most of the time he actually tries to cover it, but. Gerbo, any questions? Anything you want to do?
So the spider's dead. There's nothing else sitting around.
No.
It's just the burning house now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't create any water. They didn't take that spell.
The fire was just put out.
Oh, okay. Don't think what now? I think you muted yourself halfway through that.
No, I think he rejoined the call in the middle
did.
of that.
What's up?
Were you saying something?
Mitchell,
I don't think so.
Well,
I was going to go.
go.
You're
I was
gonna
going
be-
to go into the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer have
Oh,
studded
did-
leather armor. That was gone.
Did I find anything on the Oryx?
Right. Getting to that. What would you roll for finding things that could be hidden on bodies?
Investigation.
Investigation. All right. Yeah, makes sense. Yep.
Here we go. So that's going to be a 12.
12. Let me just go over it and we'll see if there's anything that would reveal. So, besides their like gear, the weapons, armor, stuff like that, they you actually do find something. You find a note on the one with the exhaust gauntlets about. Well, I'll get to that in a moment. You find, unfortunately, only 3 gold, and also on the boss. You also find some skulls on his belt, if you're into skulls.
Are they hobbit skulls?
They are pretty small. They could be hobbit skulls.
I take them on the ground and I crush them under my boot. Fucking hobbits.
Besides that, you find let's see, their weapons. The main guy has the gauntlets that you've seen in action.
What are
The big
those things?
Hmm?
Exhaust gauntlets. Then there's the broken crossbow.
There's the broken crossbow, yeah. Then if you care for it, the 2 burnt great clubs. There is the one with the barbed tattoo has
A great axe, right?
yeah, and there is one inside that died who had 2 hand axes, which are actually also burnt, but the like the heads are still whole and normal.
I grab the great axe. I look over at Garbo. I throw it at his feet, and I'm saying to him, "You need a weapon."
Great
Great
axe.
This is
picking up.
what you look at me. I want you to look at me for a second. I want you to compare that to me. I want you to just take it in, look real deep, think for a moment, and then ask me what the hell I'm gonna do with this.
And then you slap Gerbo and tell him what is best in life.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just have this big ass sword. I'm swinging around even though I'm a spellcaster. I'm just completely breaking the mold here.
Sure
I'm
enough.
like, all right. So I get down on one knee and I put myself on Gerbo's level, and I say to him, "That's not going to be the last time that an enemy is going to be able to pin you. You're going to need something to defend yourself. I'm not always going to be there to assist."
Well,
Please
it's
give him a
not
rapier.
that I don't need something to defend myself. It's that is the wrong thing for me to defend myself with.
Yes, I was doing it to illustrate how absurd it is that you have nothing.
As a wizard, do you actually have proficiency in martial weapons, and is a rapier a martial weapon?
A rapier is a martial weapon, yes.
no and
It's
yes.
not a basic.
You just need to get you a short sword.
Yes. We need to get him... do you have any weapons on you?
I got a stick.
I pull out one of my daggers and I hand it to him. I say, "Here, please use this in the future."
I will take it.
You also find the, well, you already know, you find the dagger on the one with the golden teeth. You find 32 golden teeth, and they are actually a bit bigger than you would expect.
I'm sorry, are they teeth or are they tusk?
They are teeth, like human teeth.
But don't orcs have tusk?
They do normally,
They
yeah.
have 2 tusks. That's it.
Okay.
And
And
that's just the.
they are actually slightly bigger than would normally fit his jaw, so you have an easy time pulling them out.
Oh, I definitely take those. That's
Yeah.
all I really care about.
Yeah, a couple of them, as you're trying to knock them out, a couple of them fall back into his throat, and you have to like push him over and
No, not even. I take out my knife and I cut open his throat, pull it open, and then take them out.
okay.
Man, not even my guy is this friggin' brutal. And I enjoy slaughtering people by the thousands.
I guess you didn't watch the SR2 Joker game, what I did with the Lava Child.
What's a lava child?
Oh, it's an
I
old
did with
D&D monster.
He basically did the equivalent of bending that child over, spreading this little Red Sea, and letting his people go.
What?
Just to keep it biblical.
No. I cut off his face while he was still alive.
Damn.
So I take it. All right. So he now has a weapon. That's good. I was concerned about that. I had those teeth. That's what I told him what I was going to do. Now I want to disembowel him, take out his guts, and save them, and take this crossbow to a Bow and Fletcher to get it restringed.
Do you have anything to keep them in?
The intestines?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 1 second. Can I just check my notes here for a second? See if I have.
No.
Split
No.
decision now.
Do you or do you not? There is no look through notes.
I do not. All I have is a backpack, and I don't have a sack with me. Do any of these orcs have a sack?
Actually, they do. They do have like small things, but they keep like junk, completely useless crap in them. Like one of them actually has a collection of rocks. They seem completely worthless.
Oh
And
yeah,
they're pretty.
I dropped that shit out and I put those intestines in them.
They're pretty small. The bigger orc actually has like one that you found 3 golden in the note. There's definitely room in that one.
I mean, why do they even have a note? I didn't even know orcs could read.
Oh,
I
actually,
would-
orcs are pretty intelligent. I mean, their script is the dwarven language, but you know, they get by.
I look at Garbo perplexed, and I pass him the note. I'm like, maybe you can make heads or tails of this.
I do happen to read Dwarvish, so I understand Orcish script as a proxy.
I don't. I read Common and Elven.
All right.
Do you
I got
speak
you all beat
Orcish?
there.
I don't speak Orcish, but I
But you read Dwarven?
yeah.
Well, it sounds like a bunch of gibberish. Does anyone speak Orcish?
Actually, let me check.
Allow me to tell you what I can speak. Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Abyssal. And I think I speak Celestial as well.
None of that
Yep,
is.
Celestials.
Why?
None of that is of importance now.
I speak all that because my character has been trying to figure out what it is that's been what gives him this power. And typically, it's all in those particular languages that everything is written.
I say you're probably given this power by an orc, and you've been studying the wrong languages.
I get this really strong urge to use my new spell slot to burn you.
Actually,
I said, why don't you use a healing potion for that sick burn?
Hope you brought burn heal.
actually, Mitch, the drow would probably be associated with shadows, in your knowledge. So if you want to swap out one of those for drow, that would be acceptable. Although
Drow
I'm
and the
not
rest
sure
of the
where
elves
you
don't
would
speak
learn
a different
this.
language.
Well, yeah, of course I speak Drow.
Drow speak a different language than just elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drell speak Elven, and they have the ability to speak Undercommon, but it's still Elven. It's just an Undercommon script.
They actually have their own language, and the Elven is a dead language. There are still elves, but it's not used.
Oh, this is a setting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for the world.
Yeah. There aren't like elven countries. There aren't elven only cities. There are just elves here and there.
I believe it used to be the most populous, but now they've diminished, and humans now are the most common.
Yeah, this was actually an elven world primarily.
So, I say, gentlemen. Well, I don't say gentlemen. I say Garbo, Gray. Shall we go inside and check around?
I was already in there.
Oh, I say Garbo. You want to come in and check around?
I guess I can.
All right. Let's
So
let's go in.
you're in there doing what? Examining the place?
I would like to do
Yeah,
I would like to investigate the altar if it's still there.
There is no altar. There is a statue though, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
investigate the statue.
It looks its face is kind of faded away by a very long period of time. It still has its limbs, and it looks like a man giving a speech, and he is holding a crumbling and shattered book in one hand, and with the other hand he is pointing a finger towards the door. He has like remnants, like lines.
I'm
of
sorry,
glasses.
towards the door we just came in?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has like remnants of glasses on like above his ears, but there are no glasses, and his face is like completely faded off. Like you only barely see the features of a nose and a mouth and eyes. And it is it's standing like on a circular That would be
Pedestal?
like a 1 foot, 1 foot cylinder of stone.
I'm gonna try and push it.
Okay. Pretty heavy.
Yep.
Strength check. Wait, are you trying to like push it like along the floor, or just like move it slightly?
Along the floor. Yep.
All right.
So that is. Is this going to be athletics, or is this just pure strength?
No, pure strength.
Okay. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay, you can move it around pretty easily, but you have to kind of put your body into it.
All right. So I jam my shoulder and it's kind of to my back, and I just start pushing it. Is there anything below it?
Not that you can see, and nothing seems to be happening besides the statue moving.
Okay.
I would like to examine the painting of the door that the spider seemed to have tried to have been guarding before it decided to attack us.
As soon as you look at the painting, you see something that you. No, I don't want to make you roll for like every single small thing. So you do remember that there's something there that wasn't there before, and it is a letter nailed to the wall next to the door, on the right side of the door.
Good thing I don't have to worry about it. I think I have perfect dark vision in all occasions, even magic also. What does it say?
Well, you want to take it out?
No, I'm going to look at it first. If it just says, do not remove letter, I'm not going to reach out and grab it.
It's
Or is it like a folded letter?
It's in an envelope.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like I'm grabbing it.
All right. Well, you have to take the nail out first, which is not that difficult. When you take the letter off, you see on the other side, you see something that can you speak or read Elven?
I can.
No, I cannot.
And you can also speak Drow. Okay. You see it's actually written in common, but it's an Elven sort of symbol, but you recognize it as something pretty scary, and I've mentioned this before. Actually, it means dirge. It's a pretty strange symbol. It is a horizontal line with 2 commas under it, and it's basically it is a very it's basically like a boogeyman. Like it basically says that, and it means dirge. Inside is a letter that is not specifically directed to anyone, but it's now this is where I'd prefer to just explain what it is about, because it's a bit long than actually it basically tells you about a drow project going on right now to retake the molten core underground. It talks about an unknown race having actually fought off the Darkman under the surface and taken back the molten core, but now defending it and defending the exits to the surface. And it talks about the Drow having this project to retake it and through the underground invade the surface within the Dayland. It also says that someone else is raising undead underground, but it's not the Drow, and the entrance is this door.
Uxio.
Right.
What's the molten core?
Wait, do you actually know he's a Drow?
Well, judging by his eyes and the particular way he does everything, I was kind of expecting we would eventually figure it out. He was some type of elf.
Yes, I'm actually an albino.
Yeah.
But I don't think he mentioned at any point that he was drow. Just saying.
No.
Well, then I'll probably just say, do any of you know what the molten core is?
I'd say it's the center of the earth.
It's a raid
I'd
in
make it a
World of
more
Warcraft.
complicated name. Something just called the Center.
The world is called Saren, by the way.
It's the center of Saren. It's where we draw geothermal power to power our cities instead of relying on the sunlight.
Okay. This letter's talking about a bunch of stuff with the drow and how they discovered and working on a project concerning the molten core. Why have you used such an overly complicated name for the center of Saren? Anyway, they're doing something with it. They're trying to retake it.
Molten core isn't complex. 2 words.
I think
molten
all you
core.
adults, you make things.
I mean, molten
Yeah, but that
core.
could be used in
It has the same amount of syllables. Center, molten. Oh, wait a minute. There might be more. That's like 3 syllables. Never mind.
Whenever I heard it, I thought it was the center of a volcano. I didn't think it was the center of Saren.
It's the center of Saren.
Anyway, there's also apparently somebody running around making undead down here, and this doorway, this painting, somehow is the entrance. Girl,
I say, have you
no idea.
ever heard of Ethelians?
What?
Have you ever heard of Ethelians?
That would be up to
Illithids?
Dushin. Have I ever heard of it?
Illithids? The mind flayers? But if you want to make a knowledge check.
I know all
gonna say
about these. I grew up with them.
Well, I wouldn't say you grew up with them. They're pretty, fucking...
No, my house had, like, slaves of them, so...
Okay. Well, you mean slaves, like, bought from them, or actual Illithid slaves?
Illithid slaves, yes.
Wow, your house is badass.
Yeah, we're the Delavines.
I do say to Gerbo, like, hey, Gerbo, this painting is supposed to somehow be an entrance of sort. I have no idea how to use illusions. I just typically burn things.
Wait, the painting?
figure out how to...
Or something behind the painting.
It says the painting is the doorway, or something like that. Kind of funky.
If this were modern day, you would think it's a graffiti on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a close look at the painting. Do I make a perception check?
You can make any kind of check you want, as far as I'm concerned.
Knowledge Arcana!
Well, does that mean... I mean, it doesn't matter, or...?
I mean, whatever you want to do to check it out.
Because I am totally
Wait, to
gonna
really
run-
screw with them. To really screw with him, use medicine.
Medicine, yeah, knowledge medicine.
Blood on the walls. No, I'm gonna do knowledge arcana since I believe this might be magical.
Alright, make a check.
That's no good. It's 16.
It's not magical.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna try and make a perception check to see if I can just kind of.
Would you like to describe how you're making all these checks, like how you're searching through it? If it's not too much of a bother, I just think those things are interesting.
Actually, I really enjoy your descriptions. I think you're
Oh,
quite good at them.
So Gerbo stares at it for a second, and he runs his hand through the air a few times, see if there's any illusions to dispel. Nothing here. I'm convinced it's a button, honestly. I don't. Eh.
Alright, looks like we're going to my specialty. Can you please move out of the way?
Well, before we start blowing things up, hold on. Let's see if we can find anything else.
You keep muting yourself
I do.
in the middle of talking. Okay.
Oh, I do.
Gerbo, make an intelligence check.
Or last time I said I was good at this, it didn't work for me. Yeah, okay, it's 21.
Uh, Now I believe when you made an Arcana check on the ring that was nailed to the tree, you actually had a pretty good check.
I did.
So good, in fact, that I told you what the ring does.
You did.
All right. Your intelligence check now was to remind you of that ring. Continue on.
Self as a player.
Hmm?
What did the ring do? Is I don't remember myself as the player.
It's a ring of Passwall.
Ah.
I have
Are
no
you
problem drilling through this, considering my Eldritch Blast does force damage, and I have infinite of it, so I can basically just bulldoze my way through it, just constantly launching Eldritch Blast.
You
We're
could
not going to do that.
possibly.
I'm sorry, one more time. What exactly did the ring do?
Passwall. It's a ring of Passwall.
Okay, okay, right. Oh, okay, there's actually nothing strange about this wall. I bet I can just kind of walk through it. All right,
You're muted.
Damn you,
Just a
Google
magic
Plus.
would finish. Is it knocking me out, or I think it's lag. I think I'm just lagging.
You basically you get muted in the middle of speaking.
Yeah, I think it's just lag. Um,
His lag is showing up as a mute button.
right? That's weird. I'm not muting my thing, so I don't know.
Now, just to make something clear, I would normally not give players hints on how to do things, but it's just it's very similar situation. Something was nailed to something.
Right.
Well, there's that, and it wasn't even 24 hours ago that we found the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and pass through the wall.
You hit the wall and are in pain.
Oh, really?
Are you wearing the ring?
Well, I mean, did you
I mean,
cast?
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm trying to use the pass through wall spell on the ring.
Ah, okay then. You try again, and this time you actually open a hole in the wall. And on the other
Haha, look
side,
at that.
on the other side, you see stairs leading into darkness.
I say, hold on, friends. And I start to relate to them my experience at the shop while they were still asleep inside the hotel. And I say, while I was at the shop, I noticed that the shopkeeper had some potions in his possession. Several potions of healing, potions of giant strength. I think before we venture any further, we should go back and procure some items. Before we go away, we might not be able to come back.
This guy right here. This guy, I like you.
I look at Gray. Gray, this is a fairly democratic party. How do you feel?
Well, I'm all for it. Those are expensive.
This is
I
Democratic
thought we were
Party. I
gonna
quit.
get-
I'm kidding.
Yeah. I voted Republican, damn it.
So, wait a minute. Are you guys against killing this guy or incapacitating this guy to take his items?
Hell no, man. We ain't gonna knock some shopkeeper out.
So we kill him.
I think it's probably best if we don't upset the public by.
Look, I don't even know if we're going to be back in this town. Who knows where this leads to?
Yeah, but you got to think
I'm
about
still
future
not-
consequences. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. We need to think about our future consequences of us being dead. That's why we need it.
The whole point of this is because we're better than those other things, and randomly killing people just to steal their stuff is a rather horrible thing to do. I mean, seriously.
what if you know 15 years down the line the shopkeeper's got a son and he's out for revenge, and what if he's better than you and he kills you?
Well, then such was my fate. But I am not willing to throw my life to chance without having some sort of backup. If you're
Why do we
not
need backup?
exactly,
We can
you're
blow
you're not
into it.
exactly giving me a plan of us going down here without preparations. We have no preparations to go in a siege underground. I don't know if you two have ever been there, but I've spent quite a bit of time. I'm telling you, it's quite dangerous, far more dangerous than this Dark War.
What kind of plan do we need? We go down there, we kill everything in the way, we loot it all, and we bring it all back.
So you have no problem killing down there, but up here, suddenly once you cross this invisible horizon line that leads to the surface, everything is off limits.
Well, typically, mostly everything that's down there almost can be killed.
Well, if it doesn't
anyway.
yell at us to stop, then we murder it because, well, it's obviously trying to kill. It's self-defense. We're not killing the shopkeeper because he's not defending himself. We're not supposed to be hurting him.
While you're
It's-
speaking, the hole in the wall closes slowly.
Well, it looks like our time here is short. I don't know how often I can recharge the ring, but yeah.
We're going through. If it's
All right,
actually your boat,
if they go through, I'll follow after them.
Well, let's do it. And time is short. I like that. Ha.
Oh no, you didn't.
I got these short jokes. I am so glad I've leveled up so I can actually see in this darkness.
Oh yeah, I wanted to level up too. I forgot about that. After
I've
that
always
firefight.
I've always had superior night vision, so
Mine's actually more superior than yours, surprisingly.
it is not more superior than mine, sir. It is
Yes,
not.
it is. I can see in that.
Oh no, it's not. It is not.
It's actually not.
It's not.
I think
How's
you
that
actually have the
dark-
same dark vision.
We do.
Drows cannot see in magical darkness.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, they can.
I'm going to look that up
Any-
just in case.
anything
so I can
else?
see if
Okay.
this is. I'm more inclined to play a drow.
David, would you like to take a moment to level up?
I can do it while we do stuff.
Okay.
Not a big
Do you have to pick spells and all that crap? That's always a pain.
I mean, I'm a
Mine was
mage.
I just gained one spell. No, actually, you don't see in magical darkness. Dark vision is just 120 feet.
He has superior dark vision.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it.
Oh.
So, read me the superior dark vision of a warlock.
It says you can see in magical and non-magical darkness up to 120 feet.
I'm pretty sure any kind of dark vision can see through stuff like darkness.
No.
Magical darkness is an ability of a drow at 5th level. They can cast a darkness so black that even elves can't see through it.
Yeah, that's the wonders of a drow. That's assassin and take blind fighting in 3.5. It's like, seriously, you are now like almost unbeatable as an assassin.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure I read that while I was making Cassius. I read, and it was kind of weird because he's a dwarf. That he could see with like regular dark vision through magical darkness. Oh, okay.
Wow, my eyes are burning.
Since the what, in real life?
Yes, in real life. I've been up for a long time.
Oh, we've been playing for.
Of course, I cannot discern color.
Oh, we've only been playing for close to like 3 hours. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm fine with wrapping up whenever you guys feel like it. Right. Okay.
It's all in David. I mean, David and I have class in the morning, so it's. Do you feel like going on for an extra 30 or so minutes, David?
I can do it if everyone else can. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. My eyes are burning. So since the hole in the wall has been closed,
Wait, are we rolling on health? Is it max health?
rolling. I would just take the like the slightly above average one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I was about to ask if we could take that.
Statistically, it's always better, but if you
Yeah.
want to live dangerously, you can just roll.
Okay,
That put me
so
at.
Philip just put on some old lady librarian glasses.
These are huge.
And move in stop motion. Since the hole in the wall is closed and there are no more charges in the ring, you are probably gonna have to find a different way to get through the wall.
Oh, we didn't pass
Or I
through?
can blow my way out.
No, while you
Combine
were
with
arguing whether you should
I need to ask.
happen it.
Can I learn the pass through walls spell?
I think it's a 4th level spell.
I mean, I just recorded my spell book. I can't cast it myself without the ring until I get 4th levels, but can I put it in my spell book?
You can actually cast it with the ring. I actually
I
thought.
can't cast it without the ring. I was just asking if I could put it in my spell book because I can feel
Or
that.
you're exposed to it, right?
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna pass out the middleman because I have Eldritch Blast, which is force damage. That's blunt force trauma, as if I was striking the thing with a sledgehammer. I'm going to be continuously casting that rapid fire as hard as I can into the stone wall where it was.
Okay, it's gonna take you about 20 minutes.
That's fine.
I mean, like in game, not in real life, of course.
Yeah.
So you could learn pass wall off the ring, probably, but for one thing, you don't have the resources currently, I think, and for another thing, it's a higher level than you know how to cast spells, so you can't learn it. You can't describe it into your spellbook.
Oh, okay.
But you can cast it off the ring.
So yeah, you guys just gonna see me kind of get like blow my cool, and both of my arms ignite back into the black fire, and I just keep throwing my arms forward, launching large bolts of compressed black energy at the wall. Each time it cracks it and breaks parts away.
Hmm. So since Uxio is examining the room, I'm gonna just see if there are any other things that he would find. Would you roll investigation while
Sure.
he's smashing the wall?
So I have a investigation is intelligence, so it's a 12. My intelligence is 10, so 0 modifier.
Okay. So what you find is where the hell is it? Okay, you find first a bunch of silverware laying in a room off to the side that would presumably have been a very, very long time ago a kitchen, but you find it on the floor and like everything's crumbled to dust around it. There are no like shelves or anything. You don't find anything other than that and a bottle of wine on which you can actually see the date because it's inscribed into the glass. Like there's a stamp in the glass. And from your knowledge of history, it's 2893rd year, which from your knowledge of history is this is not something like too obscure. This is basically around the years when the stars completely went out. So this was about 500 years ago. So this is
Well,
a
I pop that open, I give it a swiff, and I drink it.
If that's red wine, it's gonna taste real good.
so you would expect it to actually be spoiled completely beyond drinking, but as soon as you open the cork, it actually just smells like really good wine, and it doesn't seem to have been spoiled at all by the age. And when you drink it, you actually restore 1d4 health to yourself.
Okay. So this is like a healing potion. Shit. I wasted that.
Well, you haven't drank the whole wine. You took a sip. It looks like there's plenty more in it.
All right, I cork that up and I say, guys, I found some good wine.
We should drink it.
Yeah, you should have some.
Oh, let's save it for a celebration. We don't want any of us, on our behinds tonight.
Garbo, aren't you a little hurt?
I think I feel better now.
Okay.
Leveling up does restore hit points now.
Just so you know, it is actual alcohol. But in my book it does.
All right.
Oh, all right.
I think I'll make it.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Is there anything else to find? Weapons, armor, notes. Small amount of gold teeth. That's pretty much it. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of stuff left in this church that's very usable. Most of it seems crumbled, and in fact, you're pretty surprised that the benches managed to survive all this time. They seem almost completely rotten and dry, and yeah. So this is about the time when the wall would be smashed through.
Wait,
I turn to everybody else and go, "Oh look, I made a door."
is it large enough for Garbo to get through?
Well, it took him 20 minutes to make it large enough, so I think all of you could probably go through it now.
Oh, okay.
He actually made a door in the wall.
I unignite my arms because that shit hurts, and I just start walking confidently like I own the place through the wall. Well, the new doorway.
Mm.
Looking
Second.
up wizard spells. Not sure which cantrip I should take. Thinking dancing lights. I didn't remember if I already had it. I don't.
I have dancing lights. Dancing lights down into the darkness.
Alright, so you're descending down the stairs, and it seems like the ceiling is only high enough for you to actually like step up as you're walking in, and then continuously go down.
Don't. I was just sorry. I got a bonus cantrip for picking illusion, so I'm just gonna put light on.
Okay. Do all of you actually have dark vision now?
Yes,
I'm not
we all
sure.
do.
Oh yeah, gnomes do have dark vision. Look at that.
Interesting.
Excellent. I learned another first level spell, so we'll knock that in.
You should take.
No, go ahead.
I should do what?
Oh, do you have the option of taking poison spray?
Oh, that's
Um,
great.
It's a cantrip.
It is a can. You should take that because when you cast it, whatever you hit, attacks with disadvantage.
Hmm.
And it also
is
does
it
a
cone
1d12.
That is a great cantrip.
That's a fantastic cantrip.
Raise. I guess I will then. Okay.
Good lord.
You would probably have learned a new trick from the spiders, I guess. Even
Yeah,
though
because they dealt
Yeah.
with poison.
they never actually poisoned anyone, but you were tasked of extracting poison, by the way.
I was, but I forgot all about it. No one reminded me.
So as you're descending down these stairs, takes you actually 2 or 3 minutes to get to the bottom. So it's not like too deep, but it's pretty deep already.
About 100 feet down.
I would say about 80 or 70 feet,
Okay.
but close enough. When you get to the bottom, you are faced with a room that is very large. It's not too long, but it's a really like wide room. And there's a lot of space in it. And there are actually how do I describe this? There are actually 3 rows of
So wait, I need to.
what?
How many of you are wearing actual armor?
I am.
I am wearing supernatural armor.
How long does your supernatural armor last for? 8 hours?
It's at will, so infinite.
No, I want you all to make perception checks here, by the way.
I have a 14.
All right.
I think this is the only character where I didn't put in perception as a known skill.
You automatically get it as an elf.
Yeah. That wasn't too great. I got a 10.
Just deciding which of my first level spells I want.
Roll perception when you have time.
Oh, I had to roll perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Everyone.
Okay. Let's see, what's my bonus to this? I get a 17.
Okay. Unfortunately, none of your checks were high enough. As you are,
I said 17 is not high enough? Jesus.
it's not. As you are exiting the sort of hallway of the stairs, and you are aligning to check out the room, you each hear a click under you, and you notice that the tile where you're standing has sunken in, and you hear a voice coming from nowhere in particular, but around you in the darkness, and you hear a voice that says, "Last one off dies."
I move. I run into the room.
Make another perception check.
The last one off. What? Are you talking about? We're on a platform or something?
You are standing on a tile that's sunken in, and you heard a click, and a voice said, "Last one off dies."
So I ran into the room.
Oh.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. As you're running into the room, you stop dead in your tracks, and you notice that there is a single tile, and you also notice that the floor is completely in tiles. You notice that there is a single tile wide hole across the room, right like in front of you.
So it's just one tile is the size?
Yes. It's so a tile is about like the size of your foot, basically. I don't know how to translate that.
A square foot?
A square foot, yeah. Okay.
So I don't walk on the hole. I cross over it.
Okay.
I step over it. I do it kind of timidly to check the ground to make sure it's solid.
It's solid.
Okay, then I step over it. I say, watch your step back there, guys. Is there anything else in the room?
Yeah. Across the way from the stairs is a man-sized mirror, which is about 2 feet. Wait, 2 feet? 6 feet. Sorry, 2 feet is. I actually meant to say 2 meters, which is about 6 feet 2, I think, or 6 feet.
I take my whip out and I smack the mirror.
Nothing happens.
As we're kind of getting off this tile, I kind of pick Gerbo up just as I take the step off it, so we both get off at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole time I'm thinking, like, stupid adults. They didn't
Make a
think I'd do
dexterity
this.
check.
So, I was
It
actually
was a
going to
13.
suggest throwing an illusion in the room.
Throwing an illusion in the room.
Yeah, putting a minor illusion down so that it doesn't look like we're the last ones who left.
No, not the last ones who leave the room. The last ones who step off the tile. The last
Yes,
one.
pressure post.
Right, but taking me off the tile would leave you as the last one on there, and then you'd probably die.
So what I'd done was I had stepped off, and before my foot had gone off, I had grabbed you by the shoulders, and then I had put my weight on the other foot. I had stepped off with you with me.
Okay, what was the dexterity check?
13.
You actually managed to take him off before you take your foot off the tile, and his tile clicks, and like even unknowingly, like subconsciously, you, or I guess, or as a reflex, like your body steps through the motion of taking your foot off, and as you take your foot off, nothing happens, and you hear a laughter echoing through the room.
I do.
All of you do.
I just shout, "You're an asshole!"
Is it a male voice or a female voice?
It's a male voice.
You're an asshole!
Well, that was a lot of setup and no payoff.
I beg to differ.
I set Gerbo back down. Sorry
I
about
would like
that,
to
buddy.
go and investigate this mirror. Let's look a little bit
I'm not
closer at
worried.
it.
All
Kind
right.
of get used to living with tall people all your life.
So I'm looking at myself reflected in this mirror. Can I tell what materials it is as I slide my hand over the top of its surface, leaving this trail of grease?
Can you just feel out the mirror, basically.
Mhm.
All right.
What he wants to do is touch the mirror in places that's never been touched before.
Your reflection grabs your hand and jumps towards you and punches you. Now,
Is there an
what
attack roll on that, or is this
Yeah.
just for flavor?
Make an attack roll against yourself.
Oh, okay. So that's a 20.
Okay. So that's
Is that a
Next.
punch? Is it a punch that I did, or did I swing a sword or a weapon?
what would you normally do if you were to attack someone from an ambush?
I would use my longsword.
The clone draws its longsword as it's grabbing you and attacks you with your longsword. Well, it's your longsword.
Your version.
Nice. Okay. So, should I roll damage for myself?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 9 points of damage.
Plus max damage since it was a 20, right?
No,
it
no,
was
no, no, no. It wasn't a natural 20.
Oh, good.
That'd have hurt.
All right.
Done.
Can I roll initiative?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, you should all roll initiative.
All right. So I have 19.
What is your bonus?
God damn it!
4.
Okay, the clone has 14.
Okay. Can I go ahead and make an attack against the clone?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to be doing some dual sword fighting here.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing my weak spot, I go for its throat, slashing into it with an 18.
Well, you know your AC.
Yes, I know my AC. I cut into its throat, a vicious bite. So that'll be 10 points of damage.
How much more does it have left?
12.
Okay. Good thing you leveled up first.
I know.
So I'm assuming Mitch goes last. What's in Gerbo's initiative? What's initiative's Gerbo?
Oh, sorry, I have an 18.
Then you go next, and I would just like to point out that Uxio was the first one to step off.
He was. Gerbo was a little irritated about that, not gonna lie. Are we still on the tiles?
No, you are off.
Okay.
Well, it seems like the first person who steps off is the one who triggers the trap. And the trap is the person who comes out of the mirror.
Ah. Well then.
I actually have a question. Is it Uxio that's attacking his reflection that's attacking back, or is this thing stepped out of the mirror?
It steps out of the mirror.
I want to roll a knowledge arcana to determine if this is magic.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
I got a 21.
Yeah, it's definitely magic. It's some kind of illusion.
I don't think I have
You
anything.
keep rolling so well in those arcana checks when you need them.
I got like a +7 in it.
Oh,
I
well.
tell them that the clone of myself is the one with a gash on the neck.
And the clone yelps, "No, help me!"
Trust me, I got a quick way of finding out which is the real you. Or at least in my mind it does.
Give me a second here.
Which side do you? Which hand is your primary hand, by the way, Uxio?
Left-handed.
Left. Okay. In that case, he is probably going to have advantage, since you're using your right hand and he is using his left hand to attack.
What?
He's holding your wrist with the other hand.
Oh. But I think most fighters are ambidextrous, so they can fight equally as well with both hands.
Okay.
I mean, you can adjudicate it however you want.
It's fine. If
It
you
might
want
be more
to be
interesting
ambidextrous.
to.
Hmm?
It might be more interesting to. It might be cooler to do it that way.
Well, is Uxio ambidextrous?
I have not played him like he's ambidextrous, so I'm going to say no.
All right.
Well, I'm going to first go up to the one with the gash, and I'm going to attempt to touch it. Do I have to roll to a touch?
No. You touch it and it seems solid, but you are now standing in like right next to it and touching it as it's holding a blade out and flailing about with the blade, trying to attack the other one.
Now hold on. Now that I'm touching it, I assume my spell slots are restored because I leveled up?
Actually, Solar never explained what you learned from your knowledge check.
I know that it's magic. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know that there's some kind of illusion involved with it
Oh, okay.
And
because you
I'm
rolled really
going to
well
cast Identify
on the illusion.
on the illusion.
Okay.
If I
There's
touch a creature through the casting, I learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
okay. As soon as you cast Identify, it basically shatters to pieces. It fades away.
Oh, well, alright.
Jesus. I look at you and I say, that was amazing.
I'm an illusionist. That's what I do.
You do know
No,
that
I'm not
it
going to
was.
lie to you. That was completely accidental. I was just trying to figure out what it was doing.
So basically, why it shattered was because you learned its nature. You know that it is an illusion that is definitely connected to these shadows. It is It's a shadow illusion, basically. It is given physical form by creatures from like the negative plane and stuff like that. It's not like an actual illusion, like visually. It actually takes the shape of something. But as soon as you learned what it was, its purpose was basically null. So it disappeared.
Fair enough.
I'm probably partway through my action, which was to launch an Eldritch Blast, force damage, which is 1 force, directly at the mirror.
You can still do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit the mirror and it shatters, revealing another passage.
I tried to whip that damn thing and I couldn't break it.
Well, there are some really powerful magics going on around here based on what I just learned from that destroyed image.
Well, we've certainly gotten ourselves into a dirge, haven't we?
Indeed.
So let's head in through the passage. And as I'm walking down, I want to drink that health potion that I got, the wine.
No, be careful. It is actual alcohol. I believe I mentioned that.
If it's okay with everybody, it is currently 9:40 something here. I was wondering if it would be a more prime time for us to get off.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. I'm actually pretty tired.
Yeah. It's not a terrible.
All right. So are we good for next week, guys?
I am. Don't think I have anything planned.
Yeah, I should definitely be able to make it.
So do we want to start at 7:30? I noticed that we tend to start a little bit later than 7.
When did we start today for you?
Well, today
7:30.
it was there was an issue with me being stuck in the middle of something. It shouldn't be a recurring thing.
Okay. But I mean, like regarding the time, because I forgot the time zones. For me, I started the session at about 1 a.m.
Ah. That's pretty early, man.
It's pretty late, actually, but yeah.
As well. Yeah, fair enough.
I guess we can figure out the time zones and all that later on. What did you think of the session and all that? I think I could have explained like the various attacks and happenings a bit in more detail, but I just figured you guys were so both eager and good at explaining things. I just let you describe most of it.
Yeah. I mean,
You're muted. You're still muted. You are not muted. Oh, okay.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So I'm saying I had a lot of fun. I mean, I can't say I didn't have fun. I'd be lying.
Yeah, this was nice.
It was a good time. This was probably the longest combat I've had in 5E. Because we fought something around 6 orcs and 2 spiders, and it took essentially close to 2 hours. And I was surprised by the length of time that it took.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, a lot of it was being confused. Let's not forget that we kind of broke the turn order a few times.
Yes, that's true.
I could have also done that better. I think next time I'll just write the turn order down instead of just the initiatives. But hopefully you won't be fighting a bajillion guys next time.
So this was the Church of Killamore that we entered into, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
Did you dislike that the combat took so long, or was it interesting.
Oh no, I've been in much worse, so this was fine. I mean, we were going through our actual combat steps pretty quickly. It's just trying to get the rules down.
Yeah, I
Yes,
actually
no,
thought
I didn't have a problem with the combat whatsoever. It
I
was
actually
just,
expected it to go much longer.
yeah, I've had combats go for over 3 hours before.
Well, I was actually kind of glad, but unpleasantly surprised that it was so easy. It's I know it doesn't make sense, but I was pleasantly surprised that you managed to deal with them so quickly so that we could move on, but unpleasantly surprised that you managed to deal with them so quickly because they didn't get to do shit. So I think I'll end the session. Do you guys want to add anything?
I can't really think of anything. I mean, I had a lot of fun. There's nothing really wrong with anything you did or what anyone else did.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
It was a nice opportunity to explore who our characters were, the relationships together during combat. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand the dynamic of this group.
Oh, and I want to hear this opinion. What's the dynamic?
Oh, I think we're a bunch of equals and that we all have a lot of strong personalities. And I kind of begrudgingly follow you guys along. Also, I feel like my character's a bit of a mother hen, trying to make sure that you're okay and that you're prepared for where you're going. Because, you know, I want to get the supplies, I want to make sure you have weapons. What do you think?
I've got my magic. That's all I need.
Yeah, you're a bit of a lunatic.
Only
Sure
whenever I
was.
dig into that power.
Yeah.
Gerbo's a scholar. He's more interested in the information than he is his own safety.
Definitely an interesting dynamic. I kind of like that you have two different kinds of spellcasters. Not like in the rules, but in style. Like one of them has to draw on this like destructive power, and the other one's just like someone who studies things and just knows how to do them.
Yeah, that's why I took Identify, because I can identify people and find spells associated with them. And when I learn or find those spells, I can start jotting them down in my spellbook.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering when you're going to employ Gerbo to help you discover about where your power is coming from. Because he's like an untapped resource.
Yeah.
Actually, since I now know Identify, I can probably cast it on you and learn what magic is affecting you.
Yeah.
That should be fun. Would you like to think of the details and all that? Would you like me to explain some things that, like some holes that you should know as a character?
That's fine. I mean, it's something my character knows, and probably, yeah. Should we end the broadcast before we tell them, though? Keep it kind of as a surprise?
Probably.
Alright.
So, thanks for watching. If anyone wants to shield themselves out, even though we did it in the beginning as well.
My name's Philip from Maps and Dragons. I hope to see you at Brigade Con.
Yeah, I'm Tinho Mitchell. I'm also running for Brigade Con. I'm running a comedic setting, Complications with Nationals. David, you already know what's going to happen, but
I know.
That's actually the only game I'm gonna be on, because I actually have a lot of stuff going on. Then and also I probably have done a very poor job of actually finding games that I like to join, because most of them just seem either like settings I really am not interested in, or they're full. Mostly they're full, but yeah.
I mean, well, I'm David, and I'm a random faggot. That's my occupation here. I don't really have anything super special going on. I guess I'm president of the college's gamers club. That's it. My local college, Sewella.
Represent.
Yes, I mean, it's a community college.
I'm Solar. I have great ideas, but I'm terrible at explaining them. I forget a lot, and I'm beautiful. And I hope you liked the game.
You are beautiful.
Solar, where are you gonna get a camera?
Oh, I have a camera. It sucks though, and every time I pass by the computer, I touch the cables and it turns off, and then I have to restart my Chrome. But yeah. So yeah, that's it for the session. See ya.